So what we've seen over the past 2 decades is basically a stagnation of nuclear power construction, nuclear power generation globally. And in fact, this was only stable due to what we call the China factor. So if you look at the developments outside China, you realize that the actual production of 2024 of nuclear power plants is comparable to what nuclear power plants already produced 30 years ago. So there's we don't see kind of a longer term significant increasing trend. It's very much stagnating on the output level. On the contrary, for what is termed often new renewables or non-hydro renewables, because obviously hydro plants have been producing more electricity than nuclear power plants for a long time, for decades. But what we are seeing is phenomenal growth rates especially in the solar sector. Like the main components of non-hydro renewables are solar, wind, and biomass. Of course, there's some geothermal and others, but it's negligible. It's non-significant in the overall context. And we've seen dramatic growth rates. And maybe to illustrate what's actually happening in the combination with storage, a very good example is Texas, which is not really known for being like a hard left state in the United States. So it's a very conservative state, and they have built up over the past few years over 40 gigawatts of wind power, over 40 gigawatts of solar power, and this is really the most spectacular, 20 gigawatts of battery storage that is grid connected. So we're talking only these 3 components in Texas, over 100 gigawatts. And the growth rates are, to give you the example of storage, it went from less than 3 gigawatts in 2022 to less than 3 to 20 gigawatts in 2025. So we're seeing this is not a kind of slow development or so. This is very abrupt. This is very dramatic increases that we're seeing that we've never come across before. And it's game changing because the combined costs of especially solar, but obviously also wind, and one can combine with storage, other electricity generating storage technologies. We're seeing a drop in storage costs of 40% roughly. It depends where, it depends, but the overall, it's not a cost decline that is over a long term. It's very abrupt, it's very brutal, and it's a game-changing development.